In my everyday life, I'm a Pilates instructor, I run my own business, generally pretty in control of most areas in my life, I'd say. But this one area of flying and everything that goes with it, the height, the enclosed spaces, the thoughts of crashes and things like that, it does impact my life quite a lot. Next week, I am flying to the UK to go and see my mum with my 3-year-old daughter. And I want to be able to do it in a calm and rational way.
VR therapy is used to treat phobias in a way where we use it as a tool to help us deliver the type of therapy that we would be delivering, which is exposure therapy. So the theory behind exposure therapy is that the more someone does something, we hope that they will get used to it. We have a few different things that we can treat. There are environments for social situations, medical situations, flights, animals, needles, all sorts of different things. In that process where you're booking the flights, do you mind sharing a little bit about what some of the thoughts might be when that's happening?
Yeah, that seems to be the main time for me that I am most anxious. It sounds crazy, but I think if I go to book this flight and that's not available and I have to book another one, I'm just like, is this one going to go down or is this one? And I'm sort of thinking, am I paying, for my death?
That's the essence of it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Do you need a sip of water?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay. So during the pre-assessment with Vicki, what we identified was the anticipation of the flight was more triggering for her. I'm going to ask you to pop this on for me. So this is the VR headset. And so what that meant was focusing a little bit more on being at home, getting to the airport, waiting for the flight. So we've made sure to include those environments. What does it look like and what does it feel like?
It looks like I have a lovely apartment. I can see my case and my bag there and the door.
Yep.
I've never experienced the VR sort of world at all before. So, at first I thought it was kind of cool.
So it's going to drive along until it pulls up to the airport.
Obviously, as we got more into it, it starts to get a little bit more intense.
Here we are. You can see the airport to your right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So often during forms of exposure therapy, we like to check in with our clients and make sure how uncomfortable they're feeling. Out of 10, 10 being panic attack, really. Where are you at?
I'm okay. Maybe 5.
About a 5? Okay, so we're steady. We're at a steady 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're sitting at a 9 or a 10, the part of the brain that's responsible for logical thinking, which is the frontal lobe, actually turns off. And the part of our brain that controls anxiety, which is the amygdala, is well and truly in control. Whereas if she's sitting at 5s and 6s, then she's still hearing me but feeling uncomfortable enough to learn and to process and still take on what we're doing. Anchoring into the floor, nice loose posture, keep that breath going.
In the back of your head, you know that you're in that safe space, so it's easier to talk yourself down, even though you're experiencing those emotions. They're maybe not as intense, so it does feel like a bit of a practice session.
Still raining? You've got the screen behind you.
Yeah.
Can you see all those delayed, cancelled, delayed?
Yeah.
Out of 10, where are we at?
Yeah, 6 or 7.
6 or 7? Okay.
Thank you. Have a nice flight.
When we were at the gate, and especially walking through from the gate onto the plane, it was strange. It was almost like not just my vision, but I could feel what it feels like to walk down onto the plane, and I could smell the sort of smell that there is. They've been doing all the things on the plane and getting the food all prepared and things like that. So that was probably why it was feeling as intense as it was, because it was like all of my senses were activated. And yeah, it was definitely the peak.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is your captain speaking. On behalf of
Out of 10, where are you at?
7.
Yeah? Okay. If you're noticing any tension creeping back in, relax those muscles. Yeah, we're doing it. We're flying. Off we go over those clouds. How's it feeling?
Yeah, okay.
So once we were on the plane, it actually wasn't as bad as the anticipation beforehand.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're now crossing the zone of turbulence. Please return to your seats and keep your seatbelts fastened. Thank you.
The turbulence definitely pushed me to where I could have got a little bit anxious. But the techniques that she gave me beforehand were great to use in that situation, the breath work and the grounding and things like that.
You did really well to unclench your hands. You clenched them for a second. You did really well to let that go. I think we'll be ready for landing. Get our feet back on the floor.
Yes.
She was anxious, absolutely, and there were tears along the way, but she did a beautiful job in helping herself regulate that. She kept going, she didn't avoid, she didn't back down. She identified what she needed to practice between now and her flight, and I think it's going to do wonders for her to keep practicing that so that she can feel confident when she's on that flight.
So I am at home, all packed. You can see my luggage behind me, getting ready to go to the airport. The breathing, the grounding of the feet has been really beneficial, especially in this week leading up to, getting ready, packing, all of those things that are usually quite triggering.
Say hi, Eliza. Are you excited? Hello. Eliza's a great distraction for me, keeping me very well entertained and not having any intrusive thoughts whatsoever. We're on the plane now. Things are good. Using the techniques, breathing, doing lots of good things. So fingers crossed everything goes well.
So the flights went really well. Even when there was turbulence, I was definitely in a more positive frame of mind, using the techniques and just remembering what Celin taught me. It's definitely been a beneficial addition to my life, and I've got a flight coming up soon again where I'll be on my own. So, yeah, we'll try the techniques again with no distractions, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it all goes well. I definitely think it's a worthwhile experience using the VR. I really do. And I think it would be especially helpful for people who really struggle to even get on a plane. So, yeah, I think it's going to be, a real game changer for a lot of people.